Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends. And remember, no matter who you are valid. And of course, thank you to each and every one of my Patreon patrons. I wish I could put your names up here, but with everything going on, I am still unable. But when you look in the mirror, you are looking at someone who is both beautiful and awesome. Thank you so much. Without your help, life would be a whole lot more difficult. Oh, hokey smokes, it is indeed a day. Not warm yet, and kind of still gray-ish. It's been sunny and gray. We got clouds, and it has been an unreasonably pleasant these last few years. Leading up to like the last 5 years, it has been increasingly horrific at the end of every summer. And the summers have been terrible. These last couple of years, we've been lucky on the peninsula right where I live. It hasn't been as horrific as it is everywhere else. I mean, it's July, and it's kind of not horribly hot outside. So thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, there's good and there's bad with it being nice outside, and I'll talk about that I'll speak English too. I'll talk about that first. Because talk about a big disruption in my life. I mean, number one, my laptop just going south. I don't even turn it on most of the time because why? Sure, it works, but because part of it is broken and it does not connect and go online, it is frozen in time. There's no point in doing anything on it. And unfortunately, if it were a case of, oh, just this died, it would be okay. No, when the wireless adapter went out, it took out the entire thing. The internet, the Ethernet port, the wireless stuff, the Bluetooth stuff, that all went blue. It's gone. So it is frozen in time. No Steam updates for the games that I want to play. No Windows 10 updates for the operating system. So yeah, that wouldn't have been so bad. Horrific, but not too bad, because I fill my time when things like that happen with physical activity. I'm out walking. I like to walk. I'll walk for hours and hours and hours. I enjoy it. It's great. The same day my computer died, well, it didn't die, but got fatally injured, my knee went south so bad. I am sometimes afraid to use it. It's every other day. I go so horrific, I'm afraid that I'll have to go, right now to the hospital to, okay, it's not wonderful, but it's not terrible. It doesn't hurt, but it's letting me know it can. I'm either here or I'm over here. There doesn't seem to be any other state. So one day I'll be here, the next day here, then I'm over here, and then the next day I'm back over here. And it's like, oh my God. So I walked to Walmart today. Not bad. Still loosey-goosey, but I don't have the feelings of tight cables that are rubbing over things like I have at other times I've been walking. But the thing that really freaked me out last night, excuse me, the mattresses that come with these places here, they gave us a lot of stuff like bed frames, beds, mattress and all that, pillows, a bunch of little things like that. Not so little, but the mattress is kind of one of those hybrid foam type things. It's mostly foam, but it's in a nice little mattress thing. Very soft. I was having to make part of my bed last night because the top sheet had come off, so I needed to have a sheet that I could put on me. I leaned forward so I could tuck something in. My knees, my left knee and my right knee, pushed up against the very, very soft mattress. My left knee acted like my knee. It acted like a solid, plump apple. Solid. Pushed up against the mattress, held my knee up. The other knee, my right, sort of squished, and things moved. the bones and the joint capsule and stuff in ways that didn't feel good. So I quickly got out of that, and so it went from, a nice solid plump apple on one side to a very, very soft and overripe banana on the other. I see my doctor on the 11th of this month. I'm going to reschedule a podiatry appointment for my bone spurs because it's on the 11th too, a half an hour away from my doctor's appointment. So, yay. But I got to talk about that and get my knee x-rayed, because it's, when I said the cables type feeling with the rubbing on stuff, there was the day just prior to, 2 days ago now, my memory, where it felt like there were 3 or 4 long loose cables that had partially come out of their casings, and so were rubbing and catching and then popping off of stuff. So it would go like catch, flip. And when you've got that feeling of cables doing that in your knee, in about 3 or 4 different spaces, when of course if any of those cables snap, your knee is screwed. So it was fun just existing that day. I'm just complaining now to let you know what it feels like. I'm fine with it. I'm not complaining in an, oh, life is awful. No, I'm complaining in a, oh, here's something that happened. I want to tell you about it because it's terrible sort of thing. Sharing it because it was, if it had happened to someone else, I'd be sharing it in exactly the same way. I am just wanting to share it because it's an interesting story. I don't really worry or care that it happened to me. That's not the important part. So, thumbs up for that. So yeah, knee is not doing great. But it's functional today, really good. So tomorrow it's going to suck. And I went to Walmart this morning. I, of course, wanted to try a different tea. Now, I have had Country Peach Passion in the past. That was a lot of alliteration. And it's good. If you like peach and you have this kind of tea where you are, that's a good tea. If you like peach, it's nice. Good thing. I also, just to make sure I had it, bought another container of Bengal spice. Because there's something about that cinnamon with roasted chicory and black pepper with everything else that it's good. Now, I do still have my black teas and all that with my green tea, but I tend to drink just the green tea more than anything else. Mostly because I'm trying to cut as much horrific stuff out of my system as I can. And as much as caffeine helps my ADHD, it doesn't help any of the rest of me. So hopefully by the time of the 11th, my blood pressure will start to come down. Otherwise, I got to take another medication on top of everything I've already got. Because 150 over 88 is bad, but it's not pop a blood vessel bad yet. The greater the gap between the two numbers, the higher the pressure inside of your head. But 150 over 90 wasn't even that. And I've been like 130 something over almost 90. Bad, but not burst a blood vessel bad. So I got an appointment on the 11th. It's not the end of the world yet. Just not pleasant. One of the other things I bought, I don't really have a way to watch physical media, what with this thing doing what it's doing, and I can't hook up some things to this because it's an Android tablet. But for $5, they have a whole bunch of $5 movies up at Walmart now. I have never seen this movie, so I had to buy it, and I wanted to buy it only because of the very, very stupid idea. Yes, indeed. I had to get this movie. Because the idea of a coked-up ursine going on a drug-fueled killing spree, how can you not love that? and then watching it just snort coke off of the bodies of those that it dismembered. Elect the bear to Congress. So yeah, I bought that. Now I just need to get a good consistent way to be able to play these things. I'm sure maybe if I dug my PlayStation 2 up and out of stuff, it may still work. And then I've got to try and find or repurchase an RCA, the component to HDMI adapter, and then I could watch movies on this, because the PlayStation 2, of course, is a Blu-ray DVD player. You just have to have a functioning PlayStation 2. That was one of the big selling points back then. You could buy a PlayStation 2 and you could play your DVDs, your Blu-ray DVDs. How's that? But yeah, past that, I have not been doing much. I went for a walk yesterday and then tried to take care of my knee. I had to remake my bed. Now, what I do when I go to bed, it has become this. I open up my one window, which I'm not always going to do because we're going to have warm nights here, in which case that one's going to be shut. Right now we've had moderately cool nights, so I open up the one window. I turn on my air conditioner to low. I shut my bathroom door. I have one box fan on blowing that direction. I have a can with a towel on it so that the box fan I set on top of that doesn't move. And I set that so it blows on my feet and up through the sheets against my legs. On my actual bed itself, I have just a sheet and then a bath towel that I put to the side. Why the bath towel? Just in case I got cold. And halfway through the night, I did. I got way too cold. So I took the bath towel, flumped it out, put it up over my upper body from the waist up, and I was warm. And so I slept until 8 o'clock this morning. So I've had a late start today, but a lot of rest and a fair amount of sleep. But oh my God, how cold I have to make this place. And when I was going to bed, the muscles in my legs were all the way from my hip to my knee to my feet were just pulling. Just on the side of my calf, it would, oh, don't forget, I could cramp. Oh, I could cramp. You want to sleep? Don't forget. And it just kept up with that until I fell asleep. But it was cold enough that I didn't cramp. And of course, I had to keep both of my legs almost knees locked and straight out. So yeah, I'm going to talk to my doctor about that too, to see if maybe a baclofen, if that's somebody in comments before suggested that. So past that, yeah, I have not been going out and doing anywhere near the walks I want to do. Before, in the past couple years, whenever I have had any sort of stress or turmoil up here, I'm out walking. So I am used to spending multiple hours every day out walking. And with my knee the way it is, if I make 3 trips of a little more than a mile in a day, I'm pushing it. I am pushing it, and my knee may suffer because of that. Life is fun. At the same time, as awful as all of this is, oh yeah, I am about to go cold turkey off my Wellbutrin. I need to call up the Veterans Administration and let them know that I'm about to go cold turkey off that. I have 1 pill left and then I'm out. I don't know why I didn't get a refill, but I need to call them up and let them know, because you're not supposed to cold turkey off anything, and cold turkeying off your antidepressants is not good. But oh well. Hopefully I won't have anything like seizures, which, you know, going cold turkey off anything, especially, you know, neurotransmitter drugs, there is a risk. Yay. But past that, I am going to spend the day mostly watching videos, trying to play games, Game Pass. Oh, one of the things that I have done in New Vegas when one of my later games is I didn't feel good about it, but I did it where my character just used my knowledge to circumvent a whole bunch of stuff and just take out Mr. House and then put everything behind Yes Man. But I was using out of character stuff, and I really don't feel good about that, because setting up my character is one way, and then going against that, I reload stuff all the time when I go, nope, wouldn't have done that. So, but I just didn't want to go through all the conversational stuff and all. I knew what the answer was, so I just rushed in there first opportunity I could and slaughtered the guy. Which, you know, it'll learn him. Death, the final teacher. So, yeah, again, I'm just going to watch movies. I'm going to watch videos. I'm going to play games. I'm going to do my chores in the community center. And then I'm going to, you know, try to live. I want to talk to the people at the hospital. We have a patient portal that you can get to, but all of the information that I need is stuff that I can't get to, and so that's great. It's wonderful. So I'm going to have to go down there, talk to them, and hopefully get all the information. Which, I need the exercise. It's just, oh, my knee. So, but past that, I mean, again, life is not terrible. How can life be terrible when I have a plastic sea snake scary skeleton? Except it's not scary because it's got a great big old smile. Yay. This is, yeah. Anyway, though, if you've left me comments, thumbs up and thank you. It is appreciated. I read every one that YouTube lets me know there is. I thumbs up and I heart each one that is appropriate. So thumbs up and thank you. It is appreciated to no end. So I'm going to cut this one short and get it edited and rendered editing. I'm going to just clip off the very beginning part where, you know, I'm making sure it's recording, and then render it, because oh boy, it takes like a 2.5 gigabyte flick video and turns it into like 1.7 gigabytes. Yeah, it's worth it. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is indeed a very good thing. I wonder if I remember to shut the window. I think I did. But it's hard to say. I don't know if the air is moving, so I'll double check that as soon as I'm done. You have a good day, and I'll talk to y'all later.